Welcome to the Geeks and Greeks podcast, where we bring in the latest and greatest in the world of sports. We couldn't be more thrilled to kick off this exciting journey with all of you. In this podcast, we'll dive into everything from game recaps to news and hot takes. Whether you're a diehard fan or just someone looking to stay in the loop, there's something here for everyone. So grab your favorite team's jersey, settle in with some snacks, and let's get ready for an adrenaline-packed ride through the world of sports. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of the Geeks and Greeks podcast. What another amazing week of NFL football we had. I can't wait to talk more about it. And this is just going to be a great episode to dig into. It's going to be so much fun. I'm excited. Yeah. Week two is already gone. We're already almost to week 3 already as well. I know, right? I know. I mean, who would have thought that at week 3 we'd be coming up and saying that, hey, the Colts are 2-0.
Right?
The Bengals and the 2-0.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts on, like, the scores as well. Like, we've had so many high-scoring games. Like, some of the highest-scoring games in history. Like, I know, we'll talk about these things later, but, like, the Cowboys and Giants, their fourth quarter game was the most points that team has ever scored in a single quarter against each other or something like that. Like, it was insane.
Yeah, like, some of these are just insane. Like, we had the Bears-Lions. Bears put up 50, or Lions put up
52 points.
It's just,
freaking,
these are almost college scores at this point.
I know. And, like, who would have thought that in the year of our Lord 2025, Russell Wilson would be wearing a Giants uniform and putting up 450 yards in a losing attempt.
That secondary, he could see it coming.
Jesus.
I mean, it's one of the worst secondaries in the NFL.
I mean, it's fair, but it's Russell Wilson. Like, the last thing I think of is passing. I mean, that's not fair. I do kind of think of that pass that he threw in the Super Bowl to lose the game. But then I'd think of a running quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. At the same time, like, it's just, there's so much randomness. Like, it just feels like a dartboard these first 2 weeks. Like an absolute dartboard for every quarter.
I'll tell you what, man. I saw this schedule, and I was like, ooh, the Cowboys are an easy suicide pick. I'm picking them this week. And I almost threw up, man. That second half of that game, just back and forth. I'm just like dying. I'm like, come on, the Cowboys have to win this, right? Like, and then they went to overtime, and of course I'm in Philly, and it cuts to the Eagles game, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm not even gonna find out until later when I see it like a brief on the screen. Like,
the only real positive I can come out of that game is at least we beat the spread.
Yeah.
On total points. Like, that's the only... I will say this also, too, and coming out of these first 2 weeks for Dallas, I guess we can kind of get into this game, because we're going to talk about it anyway, but, I mean, the big thing I have noticed, at least coming out of the first 2 weeks with Dallas, at least so far, is their rushing attack is already so much better than it was last year. Like, during the game, they had a call in the commentary that they had a total of 6 rushing touchdowns all last season. They already have 3.
Yeah.
Like, Javonte Williams already has 3 this year, and then Miles Sanders has 1 too. So it's like,
right.
We're already 2/3 of the way there from last season.
Is it weird that it kind of, like, warms my heart to see Miles Sanders still getting work? Like, I'm just kind of happy that he's still playing, you know?
Yeah. Like, it was weird. When Philly let him go, I was kind of shocked, because didn't they let him go, like, right after the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and it was
was it
like
the year after the year removed from it.
might have been a year removed from it, but I think he was coming off a Pro Bowl year.
Yeah, and I'm
And
like,
it was
really? Like, it was either like after the Super Bowl or like that next year, and I'm like, he was still pretty good, and I guess they saw something we didn't, because after that, he just disappeared, and like no one ever heard from him. I mean, I know last year he was in the last couple of years he's been in purgatory known as Carolina, but
Well, yeah, that's why I'm glad he's finally getting work in Dallas.
I mean, not a ton, because he's still the secondary behind Javonte Williams, which he's looked better than I thought he was going to.
Yeah, the year we let him go was 2022. We lost the Super Bowl to the Chiefs. He went to the Pro Bowl. He put up 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns.
I mean, that's a pretty decent season.
Yeah,
Like,
I would say so.
That's a pretty good season, and he went to Carolina until this year where he's in Dallas, and he just disappeared in Carolina. And I'm pretty sure he lost his starting spot to J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
He's now in Denver.
He never even broke 500 yards in Carolina.
No. I mean, there's also a good chance he probably won't break 5 in Dallas either, but that's only because he's number 2.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, and he was number 2 in Carolina for sure, because he only started like 7 total games there over the 2 years.
So it's one of those things. But I mean, it's weird, man. Like, I know Dallas is having to rebuild the offensive line, but like these first 2 weeks, I feel like that offensive line has just been pushed around this entire time. Like, it's bad. Like, the Giants just did whatever they felt like doing on that offensive line with really a 4, maybe 5-man rush. Like, they weren't rushing insane blitzes either. Like, they shouldn't have gotten to Dak as much as they did. And Dak felt like he was pressured so much in this game. And CD bailed him out a lot, making some of the catches that he made and getting some of that. And even George Pickens has come up big with some big plays too. And it's kind of interesting because I've noticed, and I don't know if it's because he's in a contract year or it's just new scenery or what, but I mean, there haven't been really any reports of Pickens having any issues the way he did in Pittsburgh. And also on the field this last game and watching a lot of it, when he would, a lot of the touchdowns are the ones that would kind of go have like you could probably try to argue for a pass interference call. He just jumped up and ran back to the huddle. Like, he wasn't out arguing calls, wasn't trying to get into the other player's face and stuff like that. He got up and ran back to the huddle. And I'm like, is this him turning a corner, or is this just because he's in a contract year?
Yeah, you know what? It's probably more of the contract year. His agent telling him to keep his damn mouth shut. Like, don't you see what they did to Parsons, man? Just keep your mouth shut. Do your best.
I don't even know if Dallas is going to sign him, because I don't think they can afford to have two of the higher end receivers like that, honestly.
Yeah. Well, so you bring up him jumping up and get back in the huddle, and this was something I wanted to bring up specifically because of the Dallas game. I am going nuts on these taunting penalties. Like, they are such bullshit. And like, I know we just had an incident where a player spit at another player. Like, I understand that, and those in glass houses and all, but whatever. Like, you had this one play where there were 3 penalties by the Giants. 3 penalties by the Giants. And CeeDee Lamb, after getting interfered with to the point where he couldn't catch the ball, and then like knocked to the ground, goes, ha, 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 ha. And then he gets a taunt for it. And like, okay, that's textbook taunting. Agreed. But like, this is why we called you the No Fun League for all those years. Like, this is the worst. He was just... It was nothing. It was nothing. And it offset all the other ones.
Yeah. And even the commentators were like, have you ever seen this actually happen before? And they're like, no, this is ridiculous. It's just, oh my God. It's just insane that we have taunting penalties like this. I'm like, I'm sorry, these are grown-ass men making millions of dollars. If they have to protect their feelings, they're in the wrong sport.
Right. I mean, especially from something so schoolyard as that. Like, he wasn't in his face. He didn't even stand up. He was still sitting on the ground. Like, come on.
Also, it's football. You know what happens if you get mad? You go hit him.
Right, exactly. Like...
you lay him out. You go hit him. You settle it on the field, man.
It's such bullshit. And, like, the fact that an uneven amount of penalties can offset each other drives me nuts too. Like,
Yeah.
3 penalties, and 2 of them were personal fouls, I think.
Yeah. Because one of them was roughing the passer.
Yeah, I don't know.
And, like, we've gotten some bad roughing the passer calls, too. Like, I think there was one, it was either in this game or it was possibly in the Buffalo game, where, like, they had a roughing the passer where legitimately, like I said, it was either Dak or I think Josh Allen threw it, and, like, maybe a second later he got hit. And it's like, dude, there's no chance to pull up.
Right.
He had a second. Like, he threw it and then got hit almost immediately. Like, come on. Like, you got to give him some grace period on that. There's no chance that he had any way to not pull up from that hit. Like, it just ruins the game, and it ruins everything. I think it was in the Bills game, actually, but still, it's like some of these roughing the passer calls are just getting egregious as well, and it just comes back to the same thing. Like, I get protecting players to a point, but we're way going over the top with a lot of this stuff, and it's ridiculous, and it makes it hard to watch because it just ruins the flow of the game, and it just completely takes the fans out of it too.
It takes the fans out of it, and then it just supplies this like scapegoat of refereeing that makes it feel rigged.
Yeah.
I don't believe that it's possible to rig the NFL, but I do believe that they have rigged it as much as they possibly can because of calls like this. Like they're always so lopsided. And I recognize that the Eagles, where they're at now, they're starting to get the calls, and it's starting to get lopsided towards us. I'm still not okay with it. Like, they still should be called down the middle. And
I've noticed in the last 2 weeks that the Chiefs are not getting those calls like they used to.
right
And now the Chiefs are mad that they're not getting the calls that they used to.
Uh-huh.
And they're complaining that they're not getting the calls that they used to get. And it's just funny. But yeah, I mean, and it's funny because, I mean, Mahomes, especially last year, he started baiting dudes specifically for roughing the passer penalties. I mean, we saw in multiple games he would run towards the sidelines and then basically stop and wait for dudes to get close, then step out, then they'd hit him because they were so close to him, and he'd get called for roughing the passer. Even though he was technically running, they would still call roughing the passer.
And if they pull up and they didn't hit him, then you would tiptoe down the sideline and get 6 more yards out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but there was also a point this week where it was actually the Bills-Jets game where they ran an option and Fields slid and got hit in the helmet and didn't get a call because, like, oh, he's a runner, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it's like that same thing happened to Trevor Lawrence last year, and the dude got suspended for 3 games. Why isn't he getting suspended for 3 games? It's the exact same thing. He slid and got hit in the helmet, and the defensive player that got hit in the helmet got suspended for like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, this one, like, I was watching this. It was like he hit him like leading with his helmet too.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those, like, I feel like that would have been a penalty if you had hit a receiver in the open field like that. And they just let it go.
Quarterback probably he would have got if that had been Josh Allen, he would have instantly been in penalty.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but the commentator's like, "Oh, he was a runner, so that's why they didn't throw the flag." I'm like,
he's a runner, so
you are still not allowed to lead with your helmet. Doesn't matter if you're a runner or not.
Right.
It's still not allowed. Like, it's crap, dude.
Yeah.
Not saying it probably would have changed the game, but still, it's like, I'm sorry. I don't care if quarterbacks are running or not. You gotta call that the same. If Lawrence and Allen and Mahomes are going to get these penalties, there's no reason for dudes like Justin Fields and them to not get the same calls.
Yeah.
But that brings us into the first segment of the podcast, QB Survivor.
Hey.
And now it's time, QB Survivor.
QP's Survivor, where every week we choose quarterbacks to eliminate until the end of the regular season, where we find out who is the QB Survivor. This week we will be eliminating 2 quarterbacks. Now, a little bit of reconning from last week. I messed up. We were supposed to eliminate 2 quarterbacks, so instead of going to a tiebreaker, we just eliminated Bryce Young and Tua Tagovailoa. Sorry, guys, you're out. This week we have to nominate. Well, first off, we're going to put one person on immunity, 2 people get nominated for elimination, and then we will vote and eliminate 2 more. This time we'll remember 2.
We'll try to anyway.
Starting off with the immunity picks. Pete, who is your first immunity pick? Or who is your immunity pick?
Yeah. Okay. So with my immunity pick, I'm going to be going for the Washington Commanders general, Jaden Daniels. Didn't have the greatest game against the Packers, but the Packers scare the hell out of me, and I think they should scare the hell out of anybody in the NFC this season. They are definitely contenders, and I think I still think it's got him in him, so I want to give him another shot. 200 yards, 2 TDs, not bad stats. Lost the game, got sacked 4 times. So it was a rough night for him. But we'll go with Jaden Daniels as my immunity.
All right. And Adam, who are you giving your immunity to?
All right. So mine this week is going to go to a guy that's had kind of a rough start this season in general. And I kind of want to make sure that he sticks around for at least one more week to see kind of what we get. But mine is going to go to the Houston Texans quarterback CJ Stroud, with whom I'm rocking my brand new Texans jersey.
Very nice.
So, going to plug that there as well. But yeah, he's not had a great season. I mean, first week against the Rams was bad. This week was also not great either. We'll see if we can bounce back against the AFC South this weekend, the Jaguars. So, I mean, let's hope, but if not, there's a good chance he's going to be up on the chopping block next week. So, he's got at least one more week to see what happens.
All right, and for my immunity pick, I am going to give mine to Caleb Williams. 19 of 30 for 207 and an interception. I hate interceptions. Usually that's the death nail, but he was playing against Jared Goff and a really tough Lions team. So
yeah.
I'm going to cut him a little bit of slack this week. Immunity, but get your stuff together, man.
He just looks scared.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll get into this game or not, but I've got some thoughts in general about the Bears with Williams and Ben Johnson.
But moving into the elimination section, Adam, who are your 2 quarterbacks for elimination?
So, my first one, it's kind of unfair, but because he's hurt and going to miss most of the season, I'm putting Joe Burrow up. So, I mean, he's going to be out for at least 3 months, they've said. That's pretty much until week 17, 18 into the playoffs. So, he's done for the season pretty much. So, and my other one is going to be Sam Darnold. Just real lackluster against San Francisco. He had no picks, no interceptions. I mean, which isn't bad, but I mean, no picks and no touchdowns. But it's just one of those. Was it? I was looking at. I must have looked at a different stat line. But yeah, it's just he had a bad week, and I mean, I said this last year. I didn't believe in the Sam Darnold hype that he had in Minnesota last year. We're kind of seeing the same Sam Darnold we saw in New York and Carolina this year emerging. We'll see if the ship can get corrected, but I just don't think he's going to go any further for me.
All right, and Pete, who are your 2 QBs going on the chopping block?
So, I think I'm going to go with... I think I'm going to go with Drake May as one of them. I know that, he threw the ball 46 times in the game. It's a lot of passes, but he only had 287 yards, one TD, one interception, four sacks. I I just don't know if I have faith in him anymore. I kind of had faith going into the season, but like New England is kind of making me drop off with that. So I think I'm giving up on him maybe a little early, but I didn't prepare too well for this, so I'm going Drake May. And for my second pick, I am going Old Man Rogers. It is time that he hangs up the cleats, rather. I said it before. I thought his opening game he was going to blow up just like he did, and then he's just going to be shit the rest of the season. So that is my pick for my two.
All right. I am going to put up Geno Smith. Three interceptions. Moving on.
That's it.
And my second on the chopping block is Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix was the epitome of the participation award in this game. Yes, the Falcons won, but it was because of the kicker. The kicker kicked 5 field goals.
5 field goals.
And Michael Penix was 13 for 21 for 135. No passing touchdowns, no interceptions either, but still you gotta do something, man. Yeah. Penix Jr.
Yeah, that was a hard week for me in fantasy on that.
Adam, your 2 votes, and you can't vote for Burrow or Darnold.
So, I'm going to vote for Old Man Rogers. I mean, I don't think he should have came back at all this year. And then I'm also going to put up, unfortunately, as much as I hate to do it, I'm going to put up Geno Smith. I mean, 3 interceptions against a bad rebuilding defense. Like, there's not a whole lot else I can really defend, unfortunately, with that.
Pete, your 2 votes, and you can't pick Old Man Rogers or Drake May.
Yeah. I don't know. I know I'm voting for Joe Burrow. I'm sorry, dude, but you're done. You're on the shelf. You're voted off the island, as far as I'm concerned. I'm torn between Darnold and Geno. I kind of want to lean more towards Darnold, but you're right. 3 interceptions. Does Geno have it anymore? I think I'm going to go Geno. So I'm going to say Burrow and Geno.
All right.
Now, you can't pick Geno Smith, Tom.
I know. That's the killer part. Well, Joe Burrow was number 1 on my list, and it's a shame because he is a really good quarterback and has just been dealt a really crappy hand. And yeah, that would be the end of that.
Who says the struggle isn't real?
Well, you guys nominated my 1 and 2, and if I do my 1 and 2, we go to an RN Jesus for the breaker. So, yeah, I'm sorry. All right, Old Man Rogers. So we have a 3-way tie for 2 spots between Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, and Geno Smith.
So we pick the one person who stays?
Yeah, give me a quick second to load this up.
Should Burrow really count, though, if he's injured?
All right, so we'll just do a 50-50 between Old Man Rogers and Geno Smith.
I was going to say, Burrow's hurt.
Yeah,
we
it's
know
fair.
He's not playing, and we know Jake Brown is going to be garbage.
Yeah, if he doesn't go on now, he's going to go on next week.
Yeah.
It's like...
So, it sucks. I I'm starting to feel like Joe Burrow's career is going to mirror that of Andrew Luck's, man. A great talented quarterback that has no offensive line to protect him. He's going to retire like super early and like have this unfulfilled career that's just this giant what if, you know?
That
Yeah.
is so sad, and I don't want it to happen.
It is. And goodbye, old man.
Sorry, Aaron Rodgers, you've officially been removed from Quarterback Island.
Hey, at least he hey, at least he made it a week.
I mean, that's fair.
He almost didn't even make the initial list.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like I don't see him having any other good games.
The only reason he made the initial list is because the Browns didn't sign anybody at quarterback except Joe Flacco.
That's right. Yeah.
It was Joe Flacco and a bunch of rookies. Had it been probably anybody else at quarterback, Rodgers wouldn't have even made the list to begin with.
Yeah.
But that moves us into the next section of the podcast, winners and losers.
It's time for winners and losers.
I want winners. I want people that want to win.
You are one pathetic loser.
All right, this is the part of the podcast where we predict a team to win next week and a team to lose next week. But we can only choose a team once per year, and at the end of the year, whoever has most points wins. This year, we're turning up the difficulty with adding the rule that both the winner and the loser must be from the same division. And as always, the winner and loser must be from two different games. To give you an idea of how this is going to go, I'll start with my pick. I went with the NFC South, choosing the Buccaneers to win over the Jets and the Saints to lose over the Seahawks. Now, for me, this leaves me with the Falcons and the Panthers in the NFC South. So somewhere down the road, I'm going to have to pick these two teams as my winner and loser, but not in Week 11 because they play each other.
Okay.
Pete, what division did you choose for Week 3?
So I went with the AFC South, which is a little confusing because they are all playing each other this week.
Yes, they are.
But my winner, I picked the Indianapolis Colts to start 3-0 against the Tennessee Titans. Good luck, buddy. And I picked the Jacksonville Jaguars to lose against the Houston Texans.
All right. Wow, we are living in Bizarro world. All right, Adam, what division are you going for in Week 3?
Man, if you want Bizarro World, wait till we get to this. So my division is the AFC West, and I am picking the winners are the LA Chargers to go to 3-0.
Okay.
Okay.
And my losers are the Kansas City Chiefs to go to 0-3.
Oh my God. Against the Giants? Are you insane?
Hey, if they show up at all like they did last week,
Shit.
because we've seen the last couple weeks, the defense in Kansas City is not that great. The offense isn't that great either. And New York actually has a pretty decent defense back there. So, I mean, that defense and the Giants' defense actually is pretty good. Is it Brent or Brian Burns? Their D lineman is second in the league in sacks at 3 already. So, I mean, they're getting pressure up there. You know what? I'm predicting an upset. I think the Giants are going to be pissed losing that, coming off that in overtime. I think they're going to be coming out looking for something to prove.
Oh my God.
Why not, man?
You think they're gonna? You think the city of Kansas City is just gonna murder Andy Reid afterwards?
Either him or their defensive coordinator. I can't remember his name.
Spagnola.
Spagnolo, yeah.
Yeah.
I never say it right. You know, it's fun. When you said AFC West, I was like, obviously he's going to pick the Chiefs to win. Now, and I was like, wait a minute, what?
bizarro world. I'm going out on a limb for the Chiefs one, but you know what? Like I said, after last week, I mean, shit, anything's possible with the Giants, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, Malik Neighbors was just blowing by dudes in one-on-one coverage all game. Like, he walked by Trayvon Diggs all game. And they put up absolutely almost no thought about it. Like, didn't send any safety help at all. Like, it felt like.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, you see your corner getting burned repeatedly in one-on-one coverage. Why do you not have a safety deep on that wherever he's at to cover that?
I mean, to be fair, Hurts only put up 100 yards against him. So, like, A.J. Brown he made some amazing catches in that game. Like, almost no-look catches. It was kind of nuts. There's this one where he's running, like, a down and in, and as he's crossing over, Jalen throws him the ball, and he doesn't even look up. He just reaches, or, like, look at the ball. He just reaches up, grabs the ball, and pulls it down. It was insane.
Yeah, but that's more of a fact
But-
that A.J. Brown's an amazing receiver than Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback.
I'm not saying he's that was my point though. What I'm saying is he only managed 100 yards even with AJ Brown like playing the top form when he was getting thrown the ball. Like the pass rush got to us a lot. Is what I'm getting at. So
Yeah. You know what? I'm predicting
Good luck,
upset.
buddy.
I think the Chiefs are season.
yeah,
Like, I think we're seeing the internal implosion of this team, and there's going to be major changes coming here probably during the season. And Andy Reid may be fired mid-season. I don't know. I'm not saying that.
Oh my god!
I mean, if
Now I know why we get.
worse,
This is why we get demonetized for
shocking content.
radical opinions. Andy Reid's gonna get fired mid-season.
Dude, last year we said Nick Sirianni should have been fired after week 3.
You're right. We did, but Andy Reid's been to what 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls. Come on, man.
He's never started 0-2 before, and look where we're at in the season.
You know it's all right, but I think he's earned a little bit of a runway.
I mean, you think so, but you never know how the NFL is going to quite work sometimes.
That's fair.
I'll be the first to tell you that the first 3 weeks of the NFL season is complete chaos and you shouldn't put any stock in it. But man, this has been a hell of a few weeks.
Honestly, the first 3 to 4 weeks is some of the most entertaining because we don't know what's going to happen because so many of these teams are still figuring themselves out.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm kind of calling for a Giants win for the Chiefs to lose because who knows? We're in the first 4 weeks. This is like week 15. There's probably no way in hell I'm picking the Chiefs to lose. But we're in week 3. You never know, man. Hell, we could see Andy Reid get fired. We could see Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce break up and end their engagement because of this. You never know, man.
Why would you?
She just walks down on the football field, throws the ring back
She
at him.
doesn't date losers.
There was a guy on Philly Sports Radio the other day that said she should give his rings back and trade it in for an Eagles Super Bowl ring.
That doesn't surprise me at all. That's like
She was raised an Eagles fan.
That's one of the most
Did you ever see-
Philadelphia things ever.
Did you ever see the video of her dad snubbing her for a hug after the Eagles won the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's so great. She was raised an Eagles fan. She should know better.
I feel like she knew that was coming too, though.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she did.
Like you knew she knew. You knew that she knew that was coming.
Yeah.
That moves us into the next section of the podcast: Batman, Robin, and the Joker. In this segment, we will talk about games from week 2 and give recognition to the hero of the game, Batman, the support player, Robin, and the player who just doesn't seem to be gelling with the team, the Joker. So, Pete, who are you giving the Batman, the Robin, and the Joker to on the Eagles?
All right. My Batman is cliche, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to pick Jalen Hurts. To begin with, obviously he's the leader of the offense. Batman is the leader of the Justice League, no matter what anyone says. And what is Batman most known for, right? He's most known for his gadgets, the tools he pulls out of his belt. Jalen Hurts has more weapons than any other quarterback. He can run it, he can throw it, He can hand it off to Saquon. He can tush push it. Like, he's more versatile than your average quarterback. And I got to give it to him when you need somebody to put the game on his back and just win it for you. Jalen Hurts literally does it with tush push every single game. And it's amazing. So I can't not call him Batman. For my Joker, I'm going to be going right to his number one sidekick, the guy who snaps him the ball, the guy who makes the hole for the tush push, the guy who protects him throughout the entire game. Of course, I'm talking about Cam Jurgens, the center of the team, is my Robin. I don't think Batman could function without him, at least in this instance. I know the actual bat can work alone just fine. And finally, for the Joker, I'm sorry to say it, Dory Jackson, please take your Eagles jersey off and never put it back on. I don't want to see you on the field. You are awful. Anytime anyone throws your way, it is a completed pass. The receiver usually gets at yards after catch because you completely whiff on a tackle. I would very much appreciate it if we could find a new corner that is not a Dory Jackson, and we could maybe just retire the number 8 so I never have to see it on my field again, because I'm done with him. And one thing I do want to note, I wore my Darius Slay jersey real quick because when he was on the Eagles, he called himself Batman, and then he named everybody Batman. We had 5 different Batmans on the team because nobody wanted to be Robin. So I wore the Slay jersey just for this.
Nice.
You know, I'll be honest. I thought your Joker was going to be AJ Brown. He's been disgruntled as hell since even before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's fair. Reading books on the sideline.
He's even said we need a passing game and a quarterback that can throw. In public.
Yeah.
So.
I gotta admit, he's kind of getting into TO territory, just dipping his toe in the pool, but still,
Yeah, but at least on the field, he does his job, and he still helps us win no matter what. Whereas in Dory Jackson, just kind of like a tackling dummy that can move. Sorry, buddy.
Adam, who is the Cowboys, Batman, Robin, and Joker?
All right, so in watching this, and in watching for a while now, for me, I'm not going to go with the cliched answer and saying Dak Prescott, because I don't believe that he is Batman. I really don't. I don't think he's the leader of that offense. I don't think he's the leader of that team. I think the leader of this team, now that Zach Martin is retired, it's CeeDee Lamb. He's by far the best player on that team. CeeDee Lamb made Cooper Rush look decent. So even with Cooper Rush throwing to him, he still put up over 1,000 yards receiving. The man is more of the Batman than Dak Prescott is. I think he's more of the leader of that team than Dak Prescott is. And, I mean, we've seen people rally around him. I think more than we've seen people rally around Dak on that team. And I think that just kind of shows it. And as far as the Robin goes for this team, I'm going with Tyler Smith on that offensive line. He's a great young guard that's coming up. He just got a brand new extension. He's done a great job in trying to take over the spot that Zach Martin left, which is very hard to replace an all-pro caliber guard like that. He's done a fantastic job in doing that for as young as he is. And again, I mean, you win the game in the trenches, and they need to build that line, and I think they're doing a good job of building it. They're just, for the most part, super young still. So, and as far as the Joker, this one's kind of easy because it's not even a player. Jerry Jones is the Joker of this team. I mean,
I knew it.
Because there really isn't any real player that's a real problem on this team. It's the owner. The owner and the GM are the problem of this team that keep hamstringing this team every single year by not putting out the best players, because he doesn't get the best players, because the best players don't want to play for him.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest issue with Jerry Jones and the Joker on this. So, like, I know they were talking about Elam having the most yards against, corner in the league so far. I'm like, he's also a rookie playing DB too. It's really hard to step in from college to the NFL and do that. Now, can guys do it? Yes, guys have done it. It's not common that they do it and do it well, but guys can. He's still finding his footing, and I'm not going to throw that on him 2 games into his career. I'm not.
Moving into the Colts. Wow, what a heck of a season so far. 2 games in, and I'm getting delusions of luck. But with these, I will admit that I'm focusing more on Game 2 than on Game 1 of this season, but Game 2, how can you not say Daniel Jones is the Batman of this team? The first 10 drives of the season were scores. That's never happened before.
That's insane.
We are the first team in the Super Bowl era to not in the first 2 games of the season.
Jesus.
Whoa! Daniel Jones in 2 games has earned the Batman title on this Colts team. The Robin title is a little more up for grabs. I might go for a Robin and Nightwing kind of thing. But in Game 2, Jonathan Taylor was absolutely the Robin to Daniel Jones as Batman. 25 carries for 165 yards. That's averaging out to over 6 yards per carry. Those are Saquon numbers on the Colts.
Yeah.
We are in Bizarro world.
Not even on the Bizarro Eagles either.
Before Game 2, I would have thrown Tyler Warren as the Robin. And I'm not saying Tyler Warren has lost the title. I'm just saying that don't sleep on Jonathan Taylor. He's a force. Now
there were multiple Robins anyway.
That's true. What was the 6 or 7 at this point?
Right? Yeah, something like that.
The Joker is Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard is the corner from the Dolphins, came to the Colts this year, and then proceeded to get 3 consecutive holding calls when the Broncos were in the red zone. If he would have just stepped away, we would have stopped him and turned it into a field goal. But his constant efforting let them get a touchdown in a game that was so tight that it literally took the hand of God to let them redo a field goal and win the game.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is the refs gave you a game. Gave you an extra field goal.
I forget the guy's name, but no, the guy who climbed his own teammate to try to smack down a field goal gave us the game.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I was watching the highlights to this game because I didn't get the chance to watch it live. First off, to get that penalty at the end, when the Colts are going to they're kicking a field goal with 0 time on the clock, and they're going to lose if they miss it, to get a penalty on that play, if I were your coach, you would be benched next week. But you would not be playing a single snap. Don't even bother putting your pads on or coming to the game.
Dress them.
Jesus, holy
You're
shit!
The mascot this week.
But watching Danny Dimes back there in a Colts uniform, it was surprising. And I have this glimpse, he being on the Giants was on such a terrible team that nobody knows how to prepare for him. So he's got that rookie advantage of there's no tape on him, but he's got the veteran experience of having won games before. So you've got this magical piece of Daniel Jones here that's gonna propel you into some victories, I think. And then Jonathan Taylor, I'm looking at the stat line here. He leads the leagues in rushing attempts, rushing yards, yards per game, and yards per scrimmage. Damn. Jonathan Taylor's getting out there. He's not just the dude from Home Improvement anymore.
He had another season a few years ago where he was good like this, and it was...
Yeah.
Then he wanted a new contract, and they refused to pay him. And so he held out for a while, and they finally got a new contract done at some point. But it's this is why you pay running backs, man.
Yeah. For sure.
Look how much a good running back matters.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And a good kicker for that matter, because, Jesus, Dallas actually Like, how would you have 2 60-yard field goals in that game? And like, I think I heard a stat that Brandon Aubrey now has 2 64-yard plus field goals, and like the entirety of the NFL's history has 3 outside of his 2.
I'd believe it. They also said that he is now 21 for 25 on 50-plus yard field goals.
It's insane.
Like, that dude is in absolutely... Honestly, I think he's the best kicker in the league by far. And that's not just me being biased. I think that legitimately is also true.
Yeah, I think he is, for sure.
21 of 25 from 50-plus yards. Name
Now,
somebody else in the league that could do that still. Like, that's insane.
how many games does he have to win you for Jerry to actually pay him on time? Or, like, is he going to end up in, like, the first ever kicker holdout contracts feud? Because Jerry Jones won't sign him.
I don't know. Jerry may have actually already paid him, but it's a kicker, so he's probably only paying him like $2 million a year.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I wanted to comment real quickly on the Eagles game, where the Eagles took advantage of the tush push, which is perfectly legal, and it proceeded to spark some of the most dumb comments I've ever heard. And I am so infuriated that I just wanted to rattle off a response. That the comment,
All right.
It's going to hurt someone. That's football. It's not knitting. Someone's going to get hurt. That's if are we going to ban safeties and corners? They hurt more people than anybody. Ban those. It's just a matter of time till someone gets hurt, and when they do, we can point to that as their example. I would argue that that's a ridiculous argument, and if next week Josh Allen gets hurt with his brotherly shove, that'll be the first time someone's gotten hurt in a tush push in the over 300 times it's been done since 2022.
God, they've done it 200, 300 times? Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, more than 300 times and counting. And I would call that an anomaly rather than a result. And frankly, do you know how the players who participate in the tush push describe it? They describe it as, it's uncomfortable. Not it's hell on earth. I was terrified for my life. No, it's uncomfortable. Jason Kelsey described it as, you know that feeling when you're trying to take a poop and it won't come out? That's what the tush push feels like. It's not... Almost a third of the league has done the tush push at least 10 times since 2022, and these numbers are rising at a steadily increasing rate. People are figuring out this play works, but defenses can't wrap their head around it, how to stop it. That's not my problem.
I don't think there is, because you only do it in like half-inch or 1-yard situation.
And that comes to the next stupid comment brought on by Fox News, who said, what's to stop a team from doing 4 consecutive tush pushes for a first down, and that is all they ever run? That is so stupid on its face. The person that says these words has never strapped on football pads in their life.
Or watched a game, apparently, because again, you only get 1, maybe 2 yards if you're lucky.
Right.
If you did it, like if you're lucky, you're gonna be at 4th and 2.
Right. Yeah, if you're lucky.
Actually, if you're lucky, you're gonna be at 4th and 4, then gonna be turning over on downs because you're
Right.
2 yards short.
Right. You're going to get 8 yards out of that at best.
Yeah.
And that's only if you can do it successfully 4 times in a row, which, as we've seen, I'll give you that the tush push is unstoppable when we have 2 chances. It is 100% unstoppable if we have 2 chances.
Yeah.
But if we only have 1 chance, it's not always there. So that's like, that's not saying much, because like if you're not getting 2 yards each time, you're getting nowhere close to a first down doing 4 tush pushes.
Yeah.
And I'll be the first to admit that the tush push requires an immense amount of strength. And you can't expect a team to continuously do it over and over again. You can ask it maybe once, maybe twice a quarter, maybe. But you can't ask them to do it consecutively like that. It's too much to ask of any person. And then comes to the final Stupid statement. The refs can't see the ball, so they can't officiate the placing. To be fair, the refs aren't doing a great job when they can see the ball, so what's the point? But anyways, 30 years ago, the NHL figured out how to put a microchip in a fucking hockey puck. It's not that hard. Put a chip in the ball, and you've already got Hawkeye software placing the ball. Sync it up to the ball, to the chip in the ball, and it doesn't matter where it is. You can spot it.
Yeah.
And you want to go lower tech than that? You can put a damn chip in the chains, and when the ball passes the chains, there you go. It's that shit's existed since the 90s.
Yep, 90s.
Like.
Yeah, I mean, they got rid of the chains for the pylons. I mean, you put a chip in the ball, when the ball crosses the pylon, it automatically triggers it, and it's a first down.
Not hard.
Because you got the beam on the field, the beam changes colors as soon as the ball crosses, automatic first down, and we know it.
But
like,
I know
this isn't hard.
But I know this isn't going to happen because for some reason Roger Goodell has a bug up his butt about the tush push and he wants it banned. And he's going to use the refs complaining as his get out of jail free card to finally ban it the next off season. Mark my words, calling it now. I'll be furious when it happens, but it's going to happen and I'll be pissed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, it's not as if it's an unfair competition. Figure it out.
Yeah, and you can do the move too. You're more than allowed to. Like, it's not a Philadelphia only match.
Figure out how, like, to see how it's done. They've done it over 300 times. We have plenty of tape on it. We can see how to do it.
And like I've said,
personnel to do it.
You know, like I've said so many times, how many times do you hear people say, all he's got to do is fall forward? And that's all Jalen is doing. He's falling forward. That is it.
Yeah.
Oh, but I did come up with a hilarious notion that I can see going forward that the Eagles do the tush push with impunity. Like, at least once per game, every game, all the way up to the Super Bowl, and they will get to the Super Bowl. And they are going to be in a pivotal moment of the Super Bowl where they need 1 yard to get the first down. And they line up to do the tush push, and they get ready, and all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts just hands the ball just backwards to Saquon Barkley, and then they do the tush push, but nobody can see the ball. And they're all pushing for that 1 yard, and meanwhile, Saquon just runs around the pile, and he's gone.
Was it like the fumble Rooski from Little Giants or something like that?
Hell yeah, man.
Annexation of Puerto Rico.
We call it the fake tush push.
Oh man, it'd be hilarious if they actually pulled that off.
Because you got people so scared of the tush push that when you line up for the tush push and you need 1 yard for a first down, everyone knows you're going to do the tush push. And everyone gets freaked out about it, and they all come up right up to the line, and then there's Saquon running around the outside, and no one's there.
Yeah, I mean,
that'll be great.
It's really like 100% foolproof. Really, is the end zone, because the threshold to get a touchdown is so low now. Like, the ball has to just barely cross and break the plane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like other than that, it has a chance to fail. But like, I mean, for a touchdown, it's almost guaranteed. Like I said, because I mean, as long as, like, you know, the tip of the football even touches the plane of the goal line, it's a touchdown now, which I hate that, but I think that's so dumb.
But I will give a hat tip to Drew Tranquil from the Chiefs for making a valiant effort to latch onto the ball, even though it was still in Jalen Hurts' arms, and have, I guess we were going to a flashback to dual possession of the ball. But thankfully, even the refs were like, no, we're not doing that again.
Yeah. All right, but I think that is about it for us. You guys got final thoughts for the week?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Dominic Mysterio for winning the AAA Mega Championship this weekend at Worlds Collide. I I really wish he would wear his mask all the time. It's an awesome mask, and I'm all for mask wrestling, and he should be too. But other than that, congratulations on winning the title. If you guys haven't watched Worlds Collide, it's a good time. It's free on YouTube. It's a good watch. Check it out.
I want to throw a quick congratulations to IU football. 2 years in a row, you've been relevant. Way to go, guys! You won over, Indiana State 73-0 in this massacre.
IU State.
70.
IU State's not even relevant in Indiana.
I've been down there. It's not bad.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, we're coming toward the end of baseball season right now. September is coming to a close. We are in tight baseball races, and I can't wait to kind of see the start of October to see what happens. The Phillies have clinched their division. They've already made it.
I don't know why I didn't say that. I'm an idiot.
The Brewers have already clinched their division, and I think just today, the Chicago Cubs have clinched a wild card spot.
Yep.
Look at that.
So, and that is all. Everything else is still open. So, I'm sure by next week we'll have more that's coming around. But until then, that'll be it for today, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode of the Geeks and Greeks podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. And don't forget you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Geeks and Greeks. And until next time, may the coin toss of life ever be in your favor. Later, guys.
See ya.
Peace.